This diagram tracks the volume of continuous cognitive processing the human brain executes on a daily basis. It processes roughly 60,000 discrete data points per day, which translates to one distinct thought every 1.4 seconds during your waking hours. When we look closely at this chart, we see that 95% of those data points are identical, repeating patterns from the day before. You are effectively watching the exact same mental movie on repeat. Your subconscious mind runs an ancient biological program designed to protect you from physical danger. If you lie awake at 2 a.m. worrying about a presentation, your nervous system responds as if a predator is chasing you in real time. Your heart rate increases and stress hormones flood your system over a scenario that has not happened. Because your biology treats modern social situations with Stone Age defense mechanisms, you live trapped as a passive listener, tuned into an internal radio station broadcasting constant anxiety. Escaping that loop requires a deliberate system to unplug. Step 1 of the Observer Framework is a daily mental hygiene practice. It requires exactly 5 minutes of sitting quietly each day. The most common point of failure for beginners is assuming the goal is to silence the mind. The actual objective is the observation of mental phenomena. To start the practice, anchor your body physically. Take 3 deep, deliberate breaths to settle your nervous system into your position. Watch your thoughts enter and exit your awareness. Notice how a specific worry or memory arises, exists for a moment, and then dissolves on its own, provided you do not cling to the narrative it tells. Almost immediately, your attention will get hijacked by a storyline. You will start planning your grocery list or reliving an argument from yesterday. This loss of focus is not a failure. It is the core mechanism of the practice. Each time you realize you are distracted and return your focus to observing, you complete a mental repetition, exactly like lifting a physical weight in the gym. This specific observational technique has served as a reliable mental tool for centuries. The intense, steady gaze of Bodhidharma, depicted here, illustrates the foundational posture of the early Zen tradition. Mastering this basic 5-minute observation routine creates the baseline psychological separation required to stop identifying with automatic mental chatter. Step 2 provides a tactical tool for the moments of acute stress you experience outside of seated meditation. We call this linguistic distance. The specific words you use to frame an internal state dictate the physical and emotional response your body generates. This panel shows our default phrasing. When a negative emotion arises, you likely absorb it into your identity, stating, "I am a failure." By altering the phrasing, you create an observational gap. Stating, "I am having thoughts about failure," separates the individual from the emotion. Think of this mental positioning as holding a remote control. You are actively choosing where to place your attention, rather than defaulting to the loudest broadcast in your head. Intentionally shifting your internal vocabulary revokes the power of the stressful thought. You stop reacting as the victim of the thought and start operating as the observer of it. There is a spiritual misconception that achieving deep mental awareness will instantly erase past trauma. Spiritual practice does not bypass human emotion. A 6th century Chinese Buddhist concept called the cart track maps the relationship between psychological healing and spiritual awakening. This visualization plots 2 tracks. The left line shows gradual chronological cultivation, the slow progress of processing trauma over time. The right track represents sudden awakening, the immediate recognition of our boundless, non-dual nature running constantly alongside your gradual healing process. Heartbreak and pain serve a functional role here. They break the ego open, expanding your capacity so that these 2 distinct tracks can intersect. Genuine mental freedom is not using meditation to escape human suffering. It requires the capacity to walk the path of the broken heart and the path of the awakened mind at the exact same time. You now have the Observer Framework installed, the 5-minute daily sit, linguistic detachment, and the parallel track. When you encounter chaotic, noisy, and stressful mental chatter, view those thoughts as temporary weather patterns passing overhead. Your true identity is the infinite, unchanging backdrop that exists behind and before the weather. When you recognize yourself as the sky, the storm clouds are simply events you observe, rather than an identity you inhabit.